Now compare B with respect to A. So we have 1 and 1 is less than 2. Is that right? So therefore this is going to give us a limacon with inner loop. Now let us trace. So in order to is an equation of a limacon, and B is less than A, and so we're going to have a limacon with inner loop. Okay, now the first step is to make a table. Okay, that is a table for theta. Since we know that R is a function of theta. Now what values of theta can we have? Okay, so we have the function. What is our function? So this is theta, and we need to find 2 cosine theta. Let's say cosine theta, and we need to find 1 plus 2 cosine theta, which is R. Okay, and then we make several values of theta. Now, of course, the more, okay, the more values of theta, the more defined, okay, the more defined and more accurate the graph of the polar equation will be. Okay, now what do we want to have? What interval do we want our theta to have? What would be the interval for theta? Do we want it to be 15 degrees? Do we want it to be 30 degrees? Okay, how many points do we want to plot? So can we make up to 360 degrees? Okay, what do we want? Can we have, of course if it's 90, then we only have 4 points. That would be 0, 90, 180, 270, we have 5 points, and 360. But if we have 45 degrees, okay, that would be around 10 points. Okay, but 30 degrees, we can also have a 30 degree interval. So what do we want? 15 degrees or 30 degrees? Say 30, huh? Say 30. So starting with 0, then we have 30, 60, 90, that would be 120, 150, 180, 210, 240, 70, 300, 330, and 360. Now, determine the value of cosine theta. We know that cosine theta 0 is 1. What is cosine 30? That is the square root of 3 over 2. Set up a table, we need to draw, let's say, a polar axis, no? With a pole. So, let's say your radius maximum is 3. We have some drafting aids where you can place this one. Okay, so now after we set up a table of values, wherein we assign values of theta, of course I mentioned that smaller the interval for theta, the more defined the figure will be. And I'm using only, let's say, an interval of 90 degrees. Now we have how many points? 2, 4, 6, 8, and 12. So we have 13 points. And then what do? We get the value of cosine theta for each theta. And so for value of R for each theta, now we're ready to graph. What we did is to set up a polar axis. Okay, this is the pole, and we put up a radius that is equivalent to 1 unit each. So for every mark, that's equivalent to 1 unit. So since the maximum radius is 3, so we have a total of 3 units for the radius. No? Now, if angle is equal to 0 degrees, then radius is equivalent to 3 units. Okay, now since the radius is positive, then the radius must be alongside the terminal side of the vectorial angle. Now, if it is 30 degrees, this is 30 degrees, it is 2.74, again it's positive, so 1, 2, 2.74, this is 2.5 around here. Okay, so we can connect the points. And then 60 degrees, that's equivalent to 2. So this is a radius of 2. Okay, and then 90, that is equivalent to 1. So if this is 90 degrees, we have 1 here. Okay, now for 120 degrees, corresponding to this point, we have 0. Okay, now 0 is here. So this is going to go here. Okay, at 120 at 0. Okay, and for 150 degrees, this is the one, that's equivalent to negative 0.74. Now, since the radius is negative, that means the radius should be what? On the extended side of the terminal side of theta. No? So, if this is 1.74 is something like that. So, from 0, you have to go there. Okay, for 150, and then for 180, that's negative 1. Okay, since this is the side, the terminal side of 180, since the radius is negative 1, it should be here. Negative 1. Here. So it will be connected there. Okay, and then for 210, this is 210, that's an angle, that's a radius of negative 0.74. Since this is the terminal side of the vectorial angle, and the radius is negative, so it should be on the side, okay, on the extended side, which corresponds to the 30 degree vectorial angle, okay, the terminal side. So 0.74 is, okay, around 8. So you connect the points again, and then it will go back to 0 at 240. Okay, so you can see you have the inner loop already, and then for 270, that's equivalent to 1. Note that the radius is positive, so that means it will fall on the terminal side of 270. So here, and then for 300, that will be 2 positive, so alongside the terminal side of the vectorial angle, and then 2.74 for 330 degrees. So somewhere here, connecting it again, and you go back to a radius of 3 when the angle is 360 degrees. So therefore, this is a graph of a linear point, okay, which has an inner loop.